Hey, it's Chris Pontius from Jackass and Wild Boys, and it's time for MattieC Sports for You and Me. MattieC Sports for You and Me, food for the sports fan's infernal soul. Feast on field goals. Check out MattieC Sports for You and Me. Even if you don't like sports, tune in now because you are going to. It's that good. I mean, we got sports for guys, sports for gals, sports for the whole kids. Get ready to be happy. MattieC Sports for You and Me. Sports for you, sports for me. Brought to you by MattieC.
On this team, we fight for that itch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that itch.
Coming in at 320 kilobytes per second. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for MattieC Sports for you and me.
When it comes to getting dough and chasing dollars.
I guess kind of weird. Congratulations, right? But it's got to be kind of a weird mix of emotions for you right now, right? What's the feel?
Super weird right now, but I'm very happy. I got those 3 letters under my name, and that's what these fighters come here to do, right? They want that contract, and I'm the first one in history to get it in the UFC, so I'm pretty proud to say that.
That's awesome. So I guess fight happens, obviously it doesn't go your way. What are you doing between then and the time Dana's making an announcement? I mean, is there any hope? Are you aware that it's never happened before? And are you thinking, well, maybe, I don't know. What was happening?
Well, I lost my undefeated record. That hurts real bad. It stings. But, man, when he told me that, it's something that just filled me up with joy. Should see my face. But I'm pretty happy, because I know I fought Victor in 2 weeks' notice. And even before that, I didn't even fight for 4 years. I fought in 3 weeks, but just the whole long layoff. But I don't protect my record. I'm trying to fight tough guys. I'm trying to get that contract. And you see, I try to find my heart out, guys. Yeah. He was the LFA champ, and I really try to go for it.
Yeah. I guess, so did he tell you before he made the announcement, or were you just left in suspense the whole time?
I left, and then when I reached the hotel, they pretty much kind of told me that Dana wanted to talk to me. And then in the cage, I was telling Dana, I was like, give me another chance, give me another chance. I fought him in 2 weeks, all that stuff. And he was like, oh, I thought you won the first 2. And just giving me positive words that we'll talk again. And they told me, and then I was just like, wow.
So you went to the hotel, and they called you back, and they just said, Dana want to talk, but at that point, you still don't know what...
I didn't even know. My coaches didn't know. And I was just sitting, watching the fight, and then I was surprised, man. I'm the first one in history. When do you ever see that, right?
We haven't. We've been in every one of these and haven't seen it. So did you score it that way as well? I saw a lot of people that had it 2 rounds. Not to take away from him at all, but what did you and your team think?
I really thought I got the first 2, I felt I was landing. We were both landing, but I felt like I had a little bit more control. I could actually say that I felt he got the 3rd, but I really thought I won that first 2.
Yeah. The fight that you had tonight, I mean, a pretty crazy one overall. I know you would have liked to win, but, I mean, is that indicative of your style? I mean, what we saw tonight, do you think if somebody hasn't seen you before, that's what they can expect moving forward?
Oh, definitely not. I'm a lot better than that. I'm my worst critic. You can ask my coaches, even my friends. I'm my worst critic. I could have the best performance, and I'll still find something that I feel like I need to work on. And that's why I feel one of the main reasons I took a long layoff. I just want to fix things, but it's really about competing and getting in there. I don't care about my record. I'm just trying to fight now and really showcase my skills. But I know I'll be back. Give me a full camp, and I know I'll be back.
Awesome. Last thing for me, I guess I want to ask you what the ideal scenario is. Obviously, you say you'd like a full camp. Are there dates on the calendar that you're looking at? Do you need some time off to rest and heal, or are there names you want to fight? What's the ideal?
Well, I fought 3 weeks ago, and it was a good unanimous decision too. So I still felt a little bit beat up, but I would like to maybe take a little month or 2 off and then get right back in it. You know, I'm still young. I'm not like super young, but I still feel like I have a lot in me. Appreciate you guys.
All right, MattieC Sports for you and me. We got a special guest who's been on my show already, but I mean, he made it to the big time now, bro. This dude,
Thank you.
nothing but class when I first met him. Now he's back on the show. I want to welcome back Carlos the Cannon Candelario. And Carlos, how you doing, bro?
And you already know I'm doing good. Yep. Carlos the Cannon Candelario. Finally in the UFC, right? It's been a while.
I told you you make it right in there.
Yeah, I feel like I always kind of knew I would get in there, but didn't think it would take this long, especially off a layoff, or like that quick off a layoff. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I never was like every time I wanted to compete, I was never like nervous to go against high level dudes, or like big fights. I feel like it gets me more excited and actually makes me feel more like a pro,
Yeah, you've been pretty busy yourself, but I've been into, the MMA family. I've had a couple interviews as of late, and 2 flyweights who have been in that list of yours with fighting in the New England area, and they're from the South. So it's pretty dope how the flyweight division's getting up there, and a lot of people are ready to throw at your weight.
Right? I know, right? Compared to how it was, like, that's why I stopped for a while, man, because I remember when after like my ACL surgery coming back, I would tell the UFC or like my manager tell them, oh, I'm around, I'm training, I'm trying to do something, but they didn't really have nothing going on at the time. Like they were thinking about even getting rid of the divisions, and they were getting rid of like real big veterans in there, like kind of good names, at the time. And now, like you said, it's all like kind of getting up there again, right?
Yeah, I mean the 135 is definitely getting up there, and
Yeah.
and even
You seen that Rafa fight
the Rockville
this
fight.
weekend?
I
Oh,
did
next
not
weekend?
see it.
No, the Rafa fight that's coming up
Oh, I
against Jose.
yeah, I probably will check that out. Definitely will. What'd you think of
This
Usman
is a
and Covington?
New England 135er.
That'll be pretty dope right there. But yeah, what'd you think of Usman and Covington not too long ago, 2 weeks ago?
Well, I actually thought Covington was actually gonna give him more of like a strong fight the first fight, Like he comes back in the end a lot, but I feel like he really, really got like it wasn't as close as it was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It was entertaining, but I just felt like Usman, you could tell he's a really good learner. He learns quick, and his striking, his blocking a little bit, his distance that he talks about. It was a good fight,
Yeah, I mean, that's what you say is true. I mean, Usman can learn on the fly, like
It's crazy how guys are quick learners like that, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm talking one right now, aren't I?
Well, actually, Matt, like I was like really, really starting to spar, and like with good guys around like 17 years old. So that would be more than 10 years. And I feel like it took me forever, not forever, but like I was always talented and stuff and gifted, but I just felt like it took me quite a while to like really feel like I was learning a lot of things or like pulling things off in sparring. I felt like I was just always tough.
And that's a
You know.
respectable thing too. And I mean, you can look at Tapology, you can look at Sheer Dog, you can look at all that stuff, and you're big on both levels in that department. And then you really got guys that are battling to get to where you are. And you told me about your past and how you got to where you are now. I mean, you told me, Dana White was calling your name, and you're like, listen, I got my injury, like I'm not ready to go yet. And that's respectable. Some guys would go in to, fight, and they could ruin their career just by, getting that. I don't want to say 15 seconds of fame, but that's what some guys do in this game. But you went to the smart route, and now look where you are.
Yeah, I just felt like mentally, I always wanted to be there. Like I always hear like if you're not there mentally, you shouldn't want to like you shouldn't compete. And it's just like you said, I didn't want to get like a 15 minute of fame or like really get hurt in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because this sport, like people don't see how hurt you can get. Like they just see the stuff. Like they just see like all that. Like they know people get hurt, but it's like they don't see the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine. It's not like boxing and stuff like that where it could be, you can ice up or stuff like that. It takes more because you're dealing with your whole body. You're not just dealing with just your upper body. It's more of both lower and upper body. So, I mean, not that boxing is easy by any means, but I mean, it takes a lot of strength and conditioning with both parts, and the injuries can just fly. And I've seen disgusting things, guys breaking their arms, and guys like,
Yeah, both minds.
No, that's not you. You're lying.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I actually broke my arm when I was like a little, like in my 20s, I think. Like just posting wrong, man. Just like the freak injuries, like you said,
Oh yeah.
Just like, and it wasn't even like it didn't even look that bad, but then you look at it, it's like, wow, I really just broke my arm. It looked like it was just like freak accidents. A lot of the times, I broke my finger from riding a bike, falling over the top because I do a lot of like cycling and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had to pull out a fight one time. That was my fight. One fight I had to pull out actually.
And so with saying that, I mean, is it more like your mindset has to be to stay healthy, the nutrition value, the cardio, the weights and all that stuff. And for you, your talent. I mean, I've talked to different fighters who are aware of you, and they're like, that dude is just like a snake. He can just sliver through things, and he's just so meticulous and quick that it's impossible to get a hold of you. And I mean, I've seen your fights, and it's true. Like you have like the agility and the speed of just knocking motherfuckers out. And
yeah, and it's just like, man, like I just feel like I still haven't shown a lot, like an eighth of what I could really do. Like that's what I've been just trying to get a little bit more, like you were talking about, the nutrition and a little bit more with the conditioning side. Because before I felt like I had a really good conditioning coach, but things fall out. But right now I've just been like really trying to be a little bit more on that and be more healthier. Actually, like I invested on a massage chair, dog. It's just like a space shuttle.
I saw that.
Like a space shuttle, dog. Just get in there. It compresses you. Like there's so many modes, like things like that. I'm just trying to get more professional on, like especially in recovery. Kind of like sparring less because I really want to save myself for this career now.
And you're your fight record shows. I mean, you've done an unbelievable job, and every single time I have an interview with a fighter or something, I check out what they've done in the octagon or ring if I'm talking to a boxer. But like you've shown that like heart all the time. You don't just go in and be like, "Yo, this is gonna be an easy fight. I'm just gonna knock this motherfucker out." I've never seen you be like, "All right, this dude, I'm gonna whoop his fucking ass. Like I'm gonna take it." Like you're not like a shit talking kind of guy. You just go in there and talk shit with your fists or your knees or your feet, anything like that.
I kind of just talk shit inside there a little bit. Like I'll have like little conversations. Not like, if anything, like how I do in sparring. It's kind of things like where I'm from. Like the boxing guys talk a little shit just to kind of get you out of your out of your game. You know, things like that.
I think we got because I'll be at CES boxing this weekend, and I think there's a kid from New Britain, Connecticut that's throwing down.
Yeah. I heard of him. Yeah, I actually went to they have like a little school up in New Britain. It's where I'm from, and it's a lot of just guys that just train there and stuff. But the dad is legit. He's just been really passionate about the sport of boxing, and he always had like a thing in his basement, and and he has a lot of fighters, like a lot of tough guys. But his son is, I guess, pretty good. He's a smaller kid, but yeah, he's from the Britain. He's I heard of him a few times. Never really met him, or like I met his father, but never really seen him.
Well, I have to say, did they give you the fucking key yet over there? Did they give you the key to the town, to the city?
Yeah. New Britain don't like me, man. They don't really show love like that, dog. I'm telling you.
That's whack, man. That's whack.
And I tried a few times. I've tried a few times that too, but that's how it is. I feel like a lot of the times.
So with what's going on now with the UFC and stuff, and all that stuff, has it made you more hungry and more like a lot more intense training than you originally had, or is it like it's like a same type of thing? You're not even sweating it.
It's kind of the same thing. If anything, it's like I feel like I've been trying to get back more to my roots. Because I feel like I like to strike and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like in my last fights, I was doing a lot of things, that I was doing a lot in training, like pulling off. Because in training, I feel like I always was good at like, striking with people, and then I mix it up and I have good ground and pound, and I feel like it will end up paying off, So, but if you feel like if you keep doing it, it's a very draining style. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and like you said, like I feel like I have a lot of speed and agility, and there's times that I could like really strike that fight, and I'm like, there's always a lot of shit that could win when you watch fights,
Yeah, and what's on the line? I don't know if I could hear about this, but is there a fight in the making right now, or is it kind of like just you're on hiatus, just kind of like going with the breeze and just training as much as you can?
Pretty much that. I've been trying to get more on a routine. I really just took like I would say like a month or two off.
Oh,
like I was still running and stuff like that, but I really just took a month or two off just to like recover and like heal the head kind of thing. And then I just like got hungry again, I get hungry and I get really motivated, and I just see a lot of things, like a lot of mistakes I do, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I just need to do this and do that. So I feel like my routine and like, if anything, I would say I'm more like determined for my next fights, like just to show off what I could really do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it
Like
shows.
not let the nerves kick in, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to meet Snoop Dogg, dude. That must have been off the chain to meet Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, man. He's actually a really nice guy too. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I just want to like perform a little bit more, so I can just even do even more crazier things. But yeah, Snoop Dogg is definitely one of the top guys to meet in the world, right?
I would think so, man. I mean, that guy, you got him as a walkout entrance. Shit, like I wish. So it would be great if Lil Wayne came in your corner and sang Cannon out in the out coming to the octagon, and that would just be
That's
dope.
funny.
I
That's
know I've
funny.
thrown
You
that out there
mentioned that
for you.
because my corner Russell Leak, he actually puts that like a lot of times. He actually puts that song when I'm like warming up in the back. A lot of the times, just because he loves how it goes with my nickname and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was yo, this guy's his name is Cannon. Like that was like one of my jams in high school. So I was just like,
Right?
damn, like you got
Lil
like
Wayne, right? When he was so popping.
yeah, back when he's popping, yeah. So like so for you now, like are you just excited, or is it just like you're feeling like I'm sure you're trying to people are trying to get sponsors with you and like trying to you know get you a little bit more um I wouldn't say accolades, but like nutritional stuff, like I don't know if it's like protein stuff or just stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like
Um, I feel like a lot of this is the same, but I feel like you definitely see some like they say a lot of like you get a lot of love, but you see a lot of like fake love too. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
It's like
yeah, absolutely.
it's just like you think you never like you always know you're gonna get to these levels, but especially where I'm from, there's not too many people like Connecticut fighters. There's not too many people that come from Connecticut and make it to this level. And then I was reading some things, and a lot of like the pro fighters statistically, like a lot of them don't make it to this level at all. Like you said, they're working a lot to get to this, just to this level, and to even do something with it. That's the big thing, right? Because as fast as you get in here, you
Yeah.
could get out. But yeah, like I'm just really like you said, kind of excited. Just I'm more like I got a chip on my shoulder in a way, because it's
Well,
like I never really have decisions, and then it's like I just had like three back-to-back decisions, so I just been kind of disappointed in myself a little bit.
mm, that last one I really don't want to talk about because I felt like you won the fight, and I'm not being biased about it. I legit think you won that fight, but I gotta know. So when you were talking to Dana at that one point, like what was it like between you and him? Like what was it you both said to each other? Because he nodded his head like, yeah, yeah.
Well, I heard him like, yeah, yeah. There's like this thing I actually saw on Instagram where you can see like the cage and like the when they say the results of the fight,
Mhm.
and then I see like in the background Dana kind of standing up and he's like yelling in a way, like kind of just saying stuff. And then my coach is like, Carlos. And I go back and I see that Dana's kind of like talking to me. And he was just like, oh, you got robbed. I think you got robbed. And it was weird because it's like, it looked like he was like really, really kind of angry in a way, like more angry than me. And it was like the first time I ever lost a fight. So it's like, it was kind of like a new feeling. And I just see him like, oh, we're gonna talk. And I'm just like telling him like, I this is like the second time doing this short notice. Like, let me just get a full camp. And I'm thinking he's like, oh, we're gonna talk. And, I'm thinking that he's gonna just bring me in, like just like how he did this one. And I'm feeling like really blessed, man. I'm feeling like really, really like it's crazy how I got in. And then seeing the whole season, I'm the only one that got in that way. And then like in history, awful loss. So it's like it's a weird feeling celebrating a loss in a way. But like you said, a lot of people think that I won, and then it's like Dana was more angry than me, and he's like, I guess he made it right because he's seen something. He's seen what you saw in a way, right? So it's like,
Yeah. And And it was
I'm just like I've been saying it. I've been Dana White privileged in a way right now.
and that's the thing that was dope was like, I know it was a tough moment at the time, but like you bounce back in a very positive way. And some guys would just be like, yo, like, what do I go from here? But like you moved on. It took, I understand. Well, I don't understand from your perspective, but like it takes a while. It takes months sometimes to be like, all right, like, let me just brush this off. And like,
Yeah, man. Especially like I never really like I lost like grappling matches and I always lose in the gym and stuff, man. Don't get me wrong. But it's like big fights like that. I always felt like I always prevail, you know? So it's like it was definitely a weird feeling. And I still get it like now, you know. Now like, oh man, this is like what did I do wrong? You know, like what went wrong? I get a lot of that. But like you said, I really just like been just trying to brush it off, dog. Just thinking about it like, man, I just gotta correct some things, stuff like that.
and the other thing that gets me, and I see it, I also watch boxing. I'm a huge fan of boxing. I watch Top Rank and I watch
Saw
UFC, all that
Crawford
stuff.
this weekend.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Yo,
And
well, he fought last weekend. He beat Sean Porter for the belt.
what was I
WBO.
thinking? I was thinking, yeah, he had some good hits. I'm sorry, I did see that. He can hit the body like nothing, and he knocked him right on his ass.
It's one of my
And,
favorite fighters, man. The way he like knows how to switch southpaw and like he's actually better southpaw when he's unorthodox too.
and Stevenson, when he fought the last, he's a quick dude, but like I like the other guy he fought because he was mad humble and he was an ex-Marine. Like I respect that too. And I mean, the big name a lot of the times now is um Vasily Lomachenko
I
and
feel like Carnelo's pretty big right now.
Canelo Alvarez, yeah.
And
And
his last fight too was pretty good with
and,
Plant.
and Teofimo Lopez, like,
Yeah, I just feel like it's been forever. Like his fight with Kambosos, whatever. I feel like his fight has been like just forever. Like getting, I know it got pushed back, but still, it's like I feel like they've been like promoting that shit forever.
yeah, and I know it's a game, and it's I don't like the whole. I know it's not him, but his father's talking for him. Throwing the big game out there and stuff like that.
It's weird how boxing's like that, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of fathers like they talk for their sons in a way.
But there's good ones too. I mean, like I said, I'll be at CES boxing this weekend, and I'm sure Kendrick Ball Jr. is going to be main event, and his father's going to be. His father is a good man too. So like, when we were at the press conference, actually, you were there. We were like, them two are just like two peas in a pod. Like they're good with each other and stuff like that. That's class acts right there.
Yeah, compared to the one I seen with Sean Porter's dad, like it was kind of rough. Kind of rough on. Even when I was watching, they're like embedded in a way, like how they have for ESPN. I think it's called Against the Ropes. But yeah, his dad's like super hard on his son.
Yeah, like you see positive or negative with that stuff.
Yeah, like you see some positive and like definitely what got him into a champion. But it's like, man, like even after the interview, like his son lost and he's just like talking crap about his son.
The big thing now too, and I don't know if you agree, Carlos, is the commissions and the judges. The judges are fucking up everywhere. In the New York commission, in the Nevada, like their judges are been pretty bad not lately, doing right? Well. Yeah, like 10 sixes and in boxing and like 45, like 42, like what kind of shit is that? Like you just don't see that. Somebody has to literally be pounding to get those sort of numbers.
Well, that's what I mean. Like when it was my fight, Dana like he was like yelling, and I think like not yelling, but like talking loud, like he wanted the judges to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like what he was saying. Like he was just kept saying, Carlos, you're robbed, you got robbed, like really loud. It's like he wanted the judges to hear, like, what the hell was that? And he was just like talking loud and standing up, you know, like talking crap about like the judging. So it was like
Yeah.
crazy. I felt bad kind of for like my opponent too.
And I just think it's getting bad. It's getting a lot worse. And it I don't know if this is gonna change the game if they're still fucking up everywhere. Because boxing it's worse. I think, but in the MMA
Yeah,
world, I
definitely
think it's
more.
not as frequent, but it's still there. Like your example of your fight, it was kind of like the judges and Dana White wasn't too pleased.
Yeah, so I'm like so like grateful for this last fight in a way. Like just the way it played out and everything. It's like wow. Like I just sometimes I'm like I kind of don't believe it, Matt, in a way.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like you're in a positive light now and you're ready to go. So again, is there like what's in it for the Canon now? Is it are you just waiting for the call or is it more?
Yeah, pretty much. I told my manager, you know, I'll be around like the beginning of the year or whatever. They wanted like, well, it's just I wanted a few months off really, but I'm kind of just back into it. Like I really started November, but my coaches said kind of enjoy the holidays a little bit, you know. But
All
I
you
always
fighters
like
know
I
the
like
right
I
way.
yeah, but you know I'm always training. I never really stop. You know, like I always like do 2 days or 3 days here and there, but right now it's like more routine, you know, just in
Mm.
case you know stay ready. But I just hope that the UFC kind of give me like a good fight camp. You know what I mean? Like actually one that I could actually like really prepare for, like ideal, you know, and like
Yeah.
recover.
And I think with the class organization that the UFC is, I think they provide fighters with that. I would hope. And
Yeah.
I don't think there has been a at least decent or if any Connecticut MMA fighter such as yourself coming into the UFC game. I mean I just have never heard of it, and it's great to see that you're representing your state well. I just wish your city would represent you well as
Well,
it's
definitely
going
not.
now.
Well, Matt, definitely my not my weight. Like you don't really see that, but right now we got William Knight and Parker Porter.
Hmm.
You know, Parker Porter is kind of like a teammate. I see him once in a while. You know, but I see that they're doing the big things like for the big boys, and
Hmm.
then Glover Teixeira.
Oh, I
He's
forgot
from
about.
he's from Danbury. He's actually living in Connecticut strong for a while now.
Word. Yeah, I totally forgot. Totally forgot about that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you know, and I can't believe it in a way.
I mean, I know there's hungry guys in the flyweight division that are just ready to go. I haven't heard any call outs for you because I don't think they want a piece of you, man. I think it's whole different
But I
game.
definitely feel like there's a lot of like in the like you said the 135, 145, like just these lighter weight classes. I feel like guys are good everywhere, right? Like
They are. I
so
actually
it's just
have.
like
It was actually funny that I had um, one guy is from Orlando and one's from around this area, Brockton and Brockton, Mass. And they one of them called out the other in their Cage Titans over here. You know Cage Titans, of course.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And it
yeah.
was the 50th one. So yesterday I had one of them, and then couple hours later, I had the other one, and they're supposed to fight each other next year in 2022. So it's like these flyweight guys are ready to go. I mean, it's crazy. Like there's a lot coming around.
Yeah. Like I said, I think now that people see that it's coming along more, I think it just gives people more the dream, that keeps the dream alive, compared to how a few years people were thinking about getting rid of it. It's like a lot of people don't like, they love this sport, but it's like you don't want to be fighting for like thousands of dollars like your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You eventually want to get some UFC money or like at least a bonus or two.
Yeah, you need that. That's all I know about you boys over there, man. You guys are all about the bonus. And that's a positive thing, Like shit, you could have that chair and you could have the chamber too.
Yeah, I'm about the little things, but yeah, I just feel like I needed it, man. Yeah, it definitely helps. But yeah, man, that's one big thing that's been on my mind, like excited for. Like I just want to like actually start competing for some real checks, and like actually have a chance to win a bonus or two.
And it's definitely gonna happen, my man. God bless you.
Thank you.
And so my final question to you, Carlos, because this is late night like Jimmy Kimmel shit.
I appreciate it, man. I feel like I'm actually up a lot at night. That's when I wake up.
It's all good. It's all good, homie. So my final thing is, so with this coming year coming up, I know you have been just kind of chilling for now, but is there somebody you're looking at to fight?
Yo, man, I would love to fight like a legend like Cody Garbrandt or something.
Mm-hmm.
That I see that he actually, like you said, the flyweight is just like kind of getting back out there, and I just see like even legends coming back, going into it. So, and it's like I would love to do stuff like that, like guys that you like kind of grow up like watching,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or like really seeing. So it's like I would love to have that feeling.
I'm pretty sure, Carlos, I think you'll get it.
I'm just like really investing in myself now, man. So
Well, that's all positive vibe, man. And I always wondered with the glasses you had, was that a OG thing? Like, was that from a long time ago, or is that like you just picked that style like recently over the years?
Well, it's kind of like a Puerto Rican thing. Like
Oh, okay.
A lot of singers have it, I just thought it was funny. Like a lot of people thought like it actually looked good on me. But really it's just because I just want to like a big singer that my family listens to and stuff, and I like was watching his movies, and then I see that he has the glasses, and it's like an old school thing. So I was just like, oh, let me just bring him back.
As long as I know now I understand.
Yeah, but they're actually like, prescription. Like I need to see, so. And then they turn into shades too, so they're dope.
That's ball of shit right there, man. Ball of shit.
For real. Especially when I have a suit out or like nice clothes.
Well, you don't worry, man, because I'm gonna send some shit to the mayor of New Britain, Connecticut, man. We need to get your name on the map, even though it already is.
I'm pretty sure people wrote to her about me.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So maybe a Massachusetts guy will help you out.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm living in Mass right now. It's like in the borderline of Connecticut. Yeah, I'm living in Springfield, where like kind of like where we seen each other, like at the restaurant.
Oh, you live in Longmeadow.
Like I live like in the kind of like the I live in Springfield still, but it's like right the line of East Longmeadow, and like so it's like And then the Connecticut's like the next town over, so it's not too bad.
Well, word. So I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. And always a pleasure having you on the show. And of course, you're always invited. And motherfuckers better know flyweight Carlos Candelario is ready to go. He don't need to talk shit.
The love, man.
He talks shit with his feet and legs. And his grappling and his wrestling.
I gotta show. I do it all, but I just appreciate you, man. Just still trying to get me on and stuff like that. I know it's been like kind of crazy months, but and too, man, I became an uncle for the first time, like I told you.
Oh, congratulations! Congratulations!
I know you got kids and stuff, but yeah,
I got a 3-year-old
son. Yeah, I see your picture. It's cute, and it's just like I'm gonna we're gonna kind of have a little one in the family, so it's for the first time because none of my siblings has kids or nothing.
Well, congratulations, man. I'm happy for you. Enjoy the holidays and eat some food, do a little kind of cheating and get back into the nutrients game.
Yeah, man. You already know. I hope you have a good holiday too, man. Yeah, because things come quick. I just felt like it was just Halloween the other day.
Shit, you got me thinking. I didn't even know because my birthday's next week. I didn't even friggin' remember until you just told me.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm old. I'm not like you. I'm 33.
What you about to do?
Probably take a good nap, hang out with my kid.
Don't you do that on the regular?
Nah, you gotta work, man. You gotta do that. I have to work that day.
Really?
Oh yeah, man.
What does it lie on the weekend or on a weekday?
On a Monday.
That's the day before, so then the weekend before you could do something.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man. So I will talk to you again, and hopefully we will have an answer soon with who you're throwing down with. I'm hoping.
Yeah, the first person I know will get the interview going.
For sure, man, for sure. And did you make some T-shirts yet? I know people will definitely want some. I think a couple of people up here want some. Well, actually, you're in Massachusetts now, so I don't say up.
Not yet, but I'm definitely gonna make a few. It's just because the guy that I talked to, he doesn't have the shop anymore, so it's like I have to find a new guy now. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people will want like a different shirt, and then people still like my CB shirt, so it's like I kind of got to make something work.
Well, definitely. And if you guys don't know who Carlos Candelario is, take out UFC, check out Tapology. Tapology, you're going to find out where he's at. And he's at somewhere in a good spot everywhere on the map. So you see some flyweights out there and you think they got game. Well, try and face this guy right here.
Appreciate it. You're going to be my hype man, dog.
Well, I mean, if you take me to Vegas or the Fight Island, I'm going.
Right, that Fight Island, that'll be nice, right? That's really like just going to an island, chilling, vibing out, and then fighting.
Hell yeah, man! But yeah, I'll let you go, man. Thank you for coming on again. Appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. Have a good Thanksgiving. See you good, bro.
Same to you, man. Thanks.
What's up? We the BMG Boys. And thank you for listening.
Please follow his Facebook page and subscribe to his podcast at Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Let's go.
We tell them no.
When it comes to getting dough and chasing dollars.